Hey guys, welcome to the Loreverse, where we talk about things Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and fantasy. And we are going to talk about Robin today in the Batman 2 because there's been a rumor that's been blowing up to the Batman, side of the internet lately. So, according to multiple reports, right, it is going around that the Batman 2 might be introducing Robin. Yes, Robin, the Boy Wonder, and Matt Reeves is grounded noir Gotham, right? Now, the story goes that an inside source, someone supposedly in the know of everything, claims Robin is in the script. And not just that, but they describe the whole movie as a big swing and worth the wait. And the idea of seeing Robert Pattinson's Batman teamed up with the young Robin has fans hype. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, though, right? Before you start picturing Dick Grayson leaping across rooftops in the Batman's gritty and aggressive, universe, we need to pump the brakes on that idea because James Gunn, yes, who is the co-head of DC Studios, he has already come out, going against these rumors. He said point blank that only a handful of people have read the actual script and that the rest is pure speculation, which means take everything you're hearing with a grain of salt. Now, Robert Pattinson himself has actually commented on the idea of Robin and his Batman universe, and he is into it, but with one very specific condition: he has to be 13. Pattinson has even joked about leaning into the death in the family storyline, which, if you know your comics, then you know that's a pretty brutal story arc for Robin. But he's clear: if Robin's coming in, he has to feel authentic, fresh, and fit his darker Gotham. Now, the fans, obviously, they're split. You've got people that are hyped to see Dick Grayson show up, even if it's just a tease at the end of the sequel, while others think that Reeves should wait until, part three or to fully bring him in. But here's the reality, aside from people's opinions and emotions. Right now, there's no official confirmation of Robin in this movie. Two, the rumors are fun to imagine, but, James Gunn's words do carry weight. And three, if Robin does show up, it's going to have to be a completely new spin to work in this role. So for now, you could say this is possible, but unconfirmed. But hey, maybe that's for the best for us all, because when you drop Robin into a Batman story this grounded, you've got one shot to make it work, right? And if they nail it, this could be the most unique and probably the greatest take on Robin that we will ever see on big screen. And if you bomb it, then it could potentially ruin the legacy for the Batman. Now, my personal opinion, right? Robin is my favorite superhero of all time. Dick Grayson is my favorite character of all time. He's the reason why I love Robin. There was a time where, and I was just looking at this clip on my TikTok where I said, if Robin is not in the Batman 2, I will crash out and I will riot, because I just think that, we've gotten so much solo Batman content. I was like, it's time for us to see a Robin. But things have changed since I said that. What has changed is that we have a new universe called the DCU. We have a movie that is being worked on as we speak called Batman Brave and the Bold, where we are getting, Damian Wayne's Robin. We have a project called the Dynamic Duo, which is an animated project that is coming out soon, where we get to see two Robins in one movie. You know what I'm saying? So a lot has changed. And so, back when I would say I would crash out if we didn't get Pattinson's Batman with the Robin, my heart changes to that, because now we have Damian Wayne as our, that is going to be our Robin and Batman Brave and the Bold, where Dick Grayson is most likely going to be Nightwing, and we're going to get a bunch of other characters in the Bat family. So, do I want a Robin in the Batman 2? I honestly do not. I think that they need to stick with the solo Batman thing that they have going on. Batman does need his own upgrades, and I think you just stick with that, because we are already getting the Robin experience with Batman Brave and the Bold. The question that we have, though, that a lot of fans have, including myself, is when is Batman Brave and the Bold going to come out? Because, it looks like they're kind of beholden to the Batman 2. So I'm not necessarily sure about that, but Robin doesn't need to be in the Batman. This universe is so crazy. Like, could a 13-year-old fit in that? I think you could work it into the story. You probably have to add some fantastical like elements, but I think you could work it into the story. But I'm not in the camp where, like, that the kid who was the mayor's son that got killed, he's the Robin. I never was the type to think that. So I think Robin should just stay out of it, and that they got their DC Robin. As much as I would love Dick Grayson to be the first Robin, I also do like Damian Wayne, so I'm not against it either. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I'm not really tripping about it. Just as long as we're getting Robin somewhere, that's really all I care about. But I would have been excited if this was true, but I just don't think that that's going to happen. Like, we're already getting two Batmans. There's no way we're going to have two Robins. That would be kind of crazy. Like, two Robins in two different universes. That would be insane. But I would love to hear what you guys think about it, man. And please, just leave a comment below on, would you guys want to see Robin in the Batman 2? But have a great day. Peace out. Stay crispy.